Well, tonight on Nova Legends podcast, I have my man, Coach Carlos Poindexter from Hayfield, off another state championship. It's two in a row, and a summer of rebuilding and retooling. Coach, good to
Retooling,
see you. Thanks
yeah.
for doing this.
Yeah, man. It's always a pleasure to be on the podcast, man, and talking some Nova hoops. So, I always love it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you making yourself available always. Well, first of all, Coach, I wanted to talk to you about, you won a state championship as with an undefeated team, and then you won another state championship, and you only lost to a really strong Jackson Reed team.
Yeah.
So you graduated five great seniors last year. Give them their props. Greg Jones, David King, John Awoke, Donovan Bass Briscoe, DJ Holloway, and then the year before, Braylon Wheeler, Ashton Pratt, and what was my man's name? He went to UVA.
Marcus Rouse.
Marcus Rouse. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, you had some great teams.
And also, we had 6 seniors. So Braylon Cage, who's also going to go play college basketball too.
Braylon Cage, yes. I'm sorry about that. So
yeah, all good.
So what was your mindset? Was it almost kind of anticlimactic? You got to kind of start from scratch. Now I know you got some good players over there, but the fact that you already accomplished all this, what was your mindset coming into the summer?
Mindset was to try to get out and play as much competition as possible. Throw these guys into the fire and see how they hold up versus some of the better teams. That's literally what my mindset was. I wanted to go out and still keep the same status quo of what we've been doing. Go out and play the best teams that we could possibly play. When we get matchups, try to take advantage of those type of matchups and hopefully make some noise. And you get to see what our kids is all about. The up and coming kids that people probably don't know about and still don't know about right now. So it was I felt like it was a decent summer for us. For the most part, played some good teams, won some good games, lost a couple, but yeah, all a part of the process.
Yeah. Well, does part of this process make you excited? Because like last year, all you could do was lose. I mean, if you won, you didn't win by enough. If you lost the game, well, they're not undefeated this year. I mean, you basically had to win a state championship because your team was so strong and you won it the year before. This year, is it maybe a little bit more exciting because I've seen some people write you off. I'm like, they should write those boys were scrimmaging against those what'd you call the five? I forgot what you called those starting five, but they've been scrimmaging those kids for years. These kids they're dying to get their opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like people are writing us off, rightfully so, because of the guys that left. So it's a bunch of players that nobody knows who they are for the most part. And now they got to go out and show and prove and make a name for themselves, which I do believe that they will do. Yeah.
Well, I know there were some challenges with. Is Andy Ramirez playing this year?
It's almost done. I wish I could say 100% that it's done today, but I would probably find out by Monday or Tuesday if it's a done deal or not. But yeah, it's looking good though. I will say that it's looking good.
So for folks who don't remember, Andy was the swingman from the Dominican Republic. He was a key member of the last two teams. Is Jaleel Jackson, is he back this year?
Yeah, Jaleel Jackson, he's back. He will be officially cleared October 2nd, I believe. Mm-hmm. But right now, he's still doing physical therapy, getting himself ready. He grew a little bit, probably about 6'1", 6'2" now. So I can't wait to see that kid back out on the court.
Yeah, he hit a big shot or two in the state championship, and
a big time shot.
Yeah, I mean he has the game, he has the tools, he's got the kind of body me and you used to have, right, Carlo?
Yeah. I can't wait. I really can't wait to see a full season with him as basically the lead guard, where a lot's gonna be put on his shoulders, and see what's gonna come from it. I know he's chomping at the bit to get back out here, because he didn't have the type of season that he wanted to have last year. So, now, the team is essentially his. See what he do with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough when you have so much talent, and then, half the games you won comfortably. So it's
right.
He didn't have a role in some of the games, but I mean, again, in the state championship,
he played a big time role. Like that we started him in the second half. Yeah. He locked up Nasir, got 3 steals off of Nasir. and then he hit that big time. Got a nice assist to DJ when DJ scored his only 2 points, and then he hit a big time three to put the game away. So yeah, I mean, he was instrumental for us in that second half of the championship game.
Yeah, you can tell he's got class. I mean, he's a class athlete. What about this kid, Phoenix Card? I've been hearing about.
Man,
he was a freshman last year, right?
Freshman, yeah. Put a freshman on varsity. You know, he's the next one up. I'm very excited to have this kid this upcoming season, man. You know, he works extremely hard. It's funny, like I be seeing him posts online. You know, that he's working out 6 a.m., doing 6 a.m. workouts. You know, just doing different things like that. He's a kid that is not bashful by any means when it comes to shooting. But he puts in the work. So he's like, and I feel like it's going to be his type of team for him to go out here and really make a name for himself this upcoming season, which I do believe is going to happen for him.
Yeah, and he's got 2 more after that as well.
Yeah, lefty. He's a lefty, 5'11" right now, almost 6 feet. Can score in bunches. I call him. He's a left-handed Lou Will. That's what I call him.
Yeah. Well, what about Parker Cage? He's back, right?
Yeah,
right.
Parker Cage is back. Had a very, very good summer. He started every summer league game for us this summer. Was solid. Shot the ball extremely well. Shot about, he's a cage, so all those cages can shoot. Shot about 42% from 3 over the summer. Still coming to his own as a ball handler. But yeah, another kid that who's it's his opportunity to go out there and make some more noise for him. He had a little bit of buzz even leading up into the season. It's just we had the type of team that we had. So now you're going to see more of him this upcoming year.
Yeah, when I interviewed your players, they talked about him a lot. He was a topic of conversation. So either they like him or they think he's going to be a great player, or probably both.
It's going to be both because that kid has an extreme the work ethic is phenomenal when it comes to him. He lives in the thing I love about my kids, man, they live in the gym.
They live in the gym. And that's the only way to get better.
Yeah.
What about Pottinger? I forgot his
Pottenberg. Owen Pottenberg, man, standing about legit 6'8" right now.
6'8"
better
now?
Yeah, getting better and better. He's been working out with I don't want to release the name, but he's been working out with a good prominent big man coach in the area, and I can't wait to see what he does this year, man. I told him that he's going to average a double-double. Let's see if he does it.
So you said Derby and Marshall's been working him out?
Nah, not Derm.
Well, let's talk. Any other players you want to shout out in particular, or before
I mean, those are like some of the key pieces. We had 2. So there's 2 kids. There's 2 kids that I said. There's 2 kids that transferred to us last year, but our AD didn't let them play because they came in January. They didn't want 2 more transfers. Dealing with all that. So he let them practice though. So he let them practice. One's a 6'5" guard, Alex McFarland, and then he has a brother who's 6'1". His name is Aaron McFarland. Both kids can play. I like the way that they're progressing. Now it's just about getting them in the mix of how we play Hayfield basketball. So once that happens, I can see some things. I can see us being pretty solid this upcoming season.
Yeah, I mean, talent wise, I mean, I think we all know your last 2 teams so well. We knew them so well because we've been around for a long time. But the talent level is not dropping off that much. I mean, your talent level is still very strong. You just don't have the experience that you had. But
right,
that's fun putting the pieces together. That's what coaching's all about, right?
Yeah. I would tell you a quick story, man. So I went to go hoop today, old man bump. And after they had open gym session for other high school kids, and 3 of the kids, the Alex, Aaron, and Andy, 4 kids, and Jalen Lemon, who's a junior as well. They came in the gym. They all had on like their Hayfield championship shirts coming into the gym, and for them to go into another gym and put on a good show that they did today, like they did, it was good to see, man, because you get to see them in action versus other top kids in the area, and they did more than hold their own today, which I love.
Yeah. Do you find it easier to inspire, to attract and motivate kids now that you won a state title? And 2, I mean, Hayfield, people feel like they really have to produce if they want to be part of this program. Has it in some ways gotten easier for you?
Nah, I mean, I don't think it's gotten easier. I just feel like, we do what we do, and we're gonna play a certain brand of basketball. We're gonna compete at a certain level, and if you want to get on the floor, you're gonna do those type of things. So that's whether we won a championship or not.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the summer a little bit. I know VHSL finally did something right. It put
I
together,
love it. Yeah.
yeah, they put together a live period. I mean, I don't understand if we're trying to keep the best kids in the public schools and we're trying to give them the best opportunity to get exposure. I don't know why they don't do things like this more often. But anyway, tell us about the live periods that we had.
Yeah. So it was put on the first week of June. It was the first official VHSL live period. On the boys' side, we had 48 or 49 teams, and on the girls' side, we only had 19 teams. Hopefully, that number doubles this upcoming year. But all in all, man, I felt like it was a great experience. Went through some hiccups and trying to get like the right matchups and different things like that. But once, now that everybody got a good feel of how that event is and what's going to happen. It was like a real game, man. You play 8-minute quarters, which was lovely. So it's not like a regular summer league game when you're playing 16-minute half running clock. So you really got 8-minute full games. And then it was tons of colleges in there, man. Well, Jordan Scott brought every college coach out that possibly could come, which has been great. And we got the opportunity to play versus South Lakes.
And John Marshall.
Yeah, we played versus John Marshall.
Yeah.
And then I forgot who the other guy. We played versus Princess Anne. So we had three really solid teams that we played versus this summer. And other teams got some good looks. I felt like for the first time of us having it, I felt like it was a real solid event, and it can only get better from here. And hopefully we do a good job of coming together again as a VHSL group and put out the best talent that we can, and hopefully college coaches continue to come out.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Jordan Scott. I mean, South Lakes, I think they lost like their 8th man. Everybody's back from that team from last year.
Yeah.
Jordan has taken some big strides. I think he's got 15, 20 offers already. How about the other kids at South Lakes? How are they developing?
Yeah. So I liked, I saw them play that one game versus or 2 games. I saw them play versus John Marshall, and I saw them play versus us. Brian Kennedy still doing what Brian Kennedy does. He, in my opinion, he's like the gift and the curse. Like when he's good, when he's really good, he's really, really, really good. And then when he's bad, he struggles a little bit, and the team struggles because he's the head of the snake when it comes to putting pressure on the basketball. He's bringing the ball up, he's getting the guys in the offense, he's finding the teammates that he needs to find. So you got him. Then you got the Vito Soul kid who's he's a same year as Jordan Scott, who has came into his own this past season. Had a real solid summer with his AU team, and he did good playing in the VHSL live period. I think that he's going to have a bigger role this upcoming season. And the ball's probably going to be in his hands a little bit more because Mike Dez probably trusts him now. And and I think. Like that's like a mini big 3 when it comes to those 3, and then you got Big Billings who didn't play because he had he messed up his shoulder at a football workout the 2 days before the event, so he didn't play in that weekend. But that's their top 4 guys, and then man, they had a kid, and I don't know his name, Caucasian kid, can shoot really, really shoot it. I like him a lot. He played well versus us. He had about 15 versus us. And 4-3. So I wish I knew his name, but I don't know his name yet. He's probably gonna kill me once he sees this. But yeah, they're top heavy, but real solid. I feel like they're one of the top 3 teams in the state this upcoming year.
Yeah,
with a high major basketball player.
Yeah, exactly. Mike's not going to be able to talk about how bad they are all year.
Yeah,
Everybody knows you're coming, Coach Desmond. None of that.
Mike can't do none of those fake. He can't fake at all.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, I know that South Lakes is tough, and are you guys playing in the regular season this year?
Yeah. Okay. So we played Patriot again, the first game of the season.
Wow.
And then we followed it up by playing South Lakes. So
wow.
Yeah, we right back to it.
That's gonna be great. I can't wait. Well, let's talk about some of the other big moves in the offseason. First of all, unfortunately for Madison, Yeah, Miles Franklin is going to. He's playing with Allery. What's that school called? St. Andrews, I believe.
St. Andrews.
St. Andrews, nice program, and Norton, I believe, went to O'Connell.
Yeah, that's the big kid, right?
Big kid. I know
Yeah.
they had a good summer league though, but I know that they lost those two. Didn't you hate to see Franklin leave?
I did. Yeah, man, it sucked because with Franklin in that lineup, they have a chance to get back to the state tournament again. I mean, they have a chance to do it because Franklin's that good, and he's made a, a lot of strides this summer, man. He's also gotten a couple of D1 offers over the summer, playing at Virginia Elite with Jordan. So that sucks. It sucks for Roller, sucks for Madison, but yeah, man. I'm not tripping because that's one less player I have to worry about when it gets time to it.
I was talking to a Division I coach a couple weeks ago, and he didn't really know Miles that well. I says, "You got to look at this kid. He's not the kind of kid that's going to dominate a game necessarily because that's not really his personality. But he has all the skill and athleticism to do whatever he wants, and he's young.
Right.
I mean, he's reclassing, but he's a young kid. He's gonna keep growing, and his dad was a Division I player. His uncle was. It's just.
It's funny. So me and Steve Miles was talking. Steve is a very hard guy to please, but Steve coaches for DC Premier, so he's gotten a chance to watch Virginia Elite a lot over this past summer, and he said, man, he came away with about Miles looking like he was really, really a strong basketball player. He was like, man, this kid, because he was asking, he was like, did he play during the year? And I was like, yeah, man. He was one of the top players, but I guess he didn't really get to hear his name like that. But with Steve seeing him over the summer, he's like, man, yeah, he got a chance. And Steve's a hard person to please. So from that come from Steve, it says a lot.
Yes, he is. But as you guys know, I've been touting Miles for a couple of years. The first time I saw him, but I was talking to Jason Coleman the other day. He said, "Well, Miles is a great player, but I'm not sure, if he's going to play a lot." Of I says, "That kid's going to play a lot. Someone else is going to be sitting down."
Yeah, right.
Miles Franklin's going to be on the court. I could tell you that much.
He does all the little things, man. He does all the little things, and he can shoot it, and he's very athletic.
Man, his arms are so long. He's athletic. The guy could just play, and he's smart. He just, he just kind of kid just plays within himself. He does,
for sure.
He could do more if he had to, but he just doesn't. He just doesn't choose to always.
Yeah, him getting that extra. I think he reclassed, right?
Reclass, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to help him, so he can develop his ball handling a little bit more. I feel like that's one of his weakest attributes of him, and him getting the extra year is going to help him out with that.
Absolutely, but if he keeps growing, I mean, he's 6'5", I think.
6'5". Yeah, 6'5".
I mean, he's a legitimate wing player, already. But yeah, you can always handle basketball better. Well, let's throw some pressure on our buddy Coach Sherman. He got Tay Barber out there somehow. Tay Barber has got a Patriot address all of a sudden. So what's up with Tay and Patriot? They have to be a strong side now.
Yeah, they're. When I said South Lake was a top 3 team, they're right along in that group of them being a top 3 team. They return 4 players, and then you add in Tay Barber, who's a 20+ point per game scorer, who can shoot the lights out at the basketball as well. And you add that type of kid to the mix of a Sherman coach team, that they're going to be right there at the end. It's just all about them finding their chemistry. At the right time, and I think they will. They play. Tay got a chance to play in the Capital Hoops Summer League over at the Matha, and then he played in the 2 live pairs. He played the Virginia live pair and the DC live pair. So they've gotten a good glimpse of what they have and what you're going to see from them. And they're going to shoot a lot of threes. Between Tay, the Hopkins kid, the Mexican kid that comes off the bench.
Abe. I think it's Abe.
Yeah, Abe. Yeah. Play for higher level AAU. They're going to shoot a lot of threes. That's definitely what you're going to see from them, and then they're going to try to guard you as much as possible. And then you got Vic in there doing what Vic do.
Yeah. So what kind of player do you see Vic being at the next level? Do you think he's going to be an inside player, or do you think he's going to be more of a wing player?
I think eventually he'll be a wing player. He's a wing player right now, if you ask me. Just got to continue to develop, continue to work on his ball handling. shoots it decent. But I think he could ultimately turn into a nice 3-and-D dude. I think that's what he could be at the next level.
Yeah, and he seems to step his game up for the big occasion, which you always like to see.
Yeah, for sure. And you take a kid like Vic, who's every year he's gotten better, and you've seen the progression in his game every year. And I feel like that's what college coaches should see from him. Like, he's gotten better every year. He hasn't gotten the offers that I feel like he should have gotten by now, but hopefully it works out for him, because good kid, come from a good family, and he competes at an extremely high level. So
Yeah, there's time left. Hopefully, those offers will come. Well,
yeah.
yeah, and also I forgot to say congratulations to Tay Barber for signing with Harvard.
Oh yeah, 1,000% legacy
Yeah,
check. Love it.
absolutely, great opportunity for the kid, and what a great player. Let's go to Centerville. So our boy Coach Harris out there all of a sudden shows up with Tavares Riley, who's he's a scoring machine. So all of a sudden,
Westfield.
I'm sorry, Westfield. Coach Harris used to be at Centerville. But shows up at Westfield with Tavares Riley. So what do you think about Riley, and what does Westfield look like for this year?
Hey, so I mean, you talking about pound for pound, a kid that can score the ball at an elite level. He averaged almost 30 points a game this past season. I think that Coach Harris is getting a hell of a basketball player. But the thing that people probably won't know is, like, Tavares actually can pass the ball very well too. He had to score 30 in order to keep Freedom afloat. So him coming to a Coach Kev team, you're going to see a little bit more of his facilitating as well as him scoring. He's going to score because that's what he does, but he's going to be able to facilitate. Get Isaiah Brown coming into his own a little bit. I've been seeing some tweets about him. I heard they got a couple other transfers that transferred in. So, but like, they're probably gonna give South Lakes a run for their money over there on that side of the region, and I'm all for it, man. Hey, no easy walks over here, man. Hopefully it's a bloodbath when it comes to those type of matchups between Westfield, South Lakes, and whoever else comes out of that side of the county.
Uh, Tavares Riley, they had two great guards last year at Freedom. Which was the guard that got to the foul line? Was that Tavares Riley? Or was that the other guy? One of them was great at drawing the foul, drawing the contact.
Yeah, I mean, it probably was Tavares. Yeah, Tavares. I'm sure it was Tavares. Yeah. The other guard was good too. Cisco, I think his name was, or something to that effect. But yeah, I mean, they had one of the best scoring backcourts in the whole state. They put up numbers last year.
Yeah, from
a scoring standpoint.
Yeah, they put Battlefield out, and Battlefield was a really good team last year. Well, let's talk a little bit about Edison. Now, I know Edison lost the player. I guess he ran out of eligibility. Darnell, coach,
DJ Thomas.
Yeah, I believe he had eligibility. I'm not sure what's happened, but he's going to a private school in PG County. But I hear they got some young players that are ready to step in. What do you see for Edison this year?
I'm curious to see. I heard they got a transfer in from West Virginia, I believe. Not sure about if Teddy's coming back or not. If Teddy's coming back, they're still going to be pretty good. That, from what I heard, the kid that was supposed to come in as a freshman, Ashton Graves, is actually going to John Champ now. So he's not even going to Edison anymore. So I feel like that's a big blow to what Trey had going on over there. But it's Edison. Trey's gonna coach whoever shows up, and that's our arch nemesis, and we gotta get him out the way.
Yeah. Well, John Champ and Edison are close together, so I can see a kid.
Hey, I don't know. I saw Ashton post that he was at John Champ, so that's where he's at.
That's where it is. I mean, I shouldn't be shooting the messenger here, right, Coach? So
yeah.
So the other day, Coach, you were telling me that Alexandria City had a player that's blown up and has been getting some national attention. Is that is that true, or
who?
Alexandria City.
Darius Bivens.
Yes.
Rising sophomore. So he played like the last two regular season games of the season last year, and then he played in the playoffs. A kid that can distribute the basketball at a high level, really highly skilled guard Doesn't really have a flaw when it comes to making to being out there on the basketball court. Can shoot it, put it on the floor, has great footwork. He's coming into his own as a basketball player. He got offered by Illinois so they played versus the Boozer twins, and he put on a show in that game and raised a lot of eyebrows out there. And it's good, man. It's good to see, a kid like he's the only public school kid that was on his AAU team, and for him to get that type of love and shine from the media people and then everyone that was there, just in the colleges that was watching it, that kid's gonna have a bright future, and I'm looking forward to see what he does with it.
Yeah.
So over at Alexander City, you got him, and then you got Kyle Robinson, who,
Kyle Robinson,
in my opinion, I tweeted about this, I posted about, like, that kid's going to be like a top 3, top 5 scorer in the DMV this year, man. That kid can fill it up, and they're gonna be solid, man. Then they got number 10 that can shoot it, and then they got a big kid. So they got four kids that I know of that's going to help them be a real solid basketball team this upcoming year.
well, you said before last year that the region was a year or two away from being really strong. And so, and it sounds like you're right. It sounds like it's going to be a really strong top to bottom region this year. 2 regions this year, Occoquan and also Northern.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be. I think it's going to be closer than what people think this upcoming year, because even if you think on that Patriot District side, you got Woodson, who's probably one of the biggest teams in the state this upcoming year with all the big kids that they got, and then they got an incoming freshman guard. If he ends up panning out, being who people say he is, Woodson is going to be right there at the end. And then you can never count on West Potomac with the Chris kid. They got another kid named Justin, who I really like, about 6'4", 6'5" wing kid. And then BJ, the senior guard. So West Pole is going to be there, and then South County, man. South County always top to bottom talent wise is one of the top talented teams in the state. And all those kids were sophomores this year. Now they're juniors and seniors. So it's time for those guys to take that next step, and they probably will this upcoming year. So yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. And I only really know my side of the county. I don't know the other side of the county as deep as well. But I know Chantilly's getting a little bit better. I saw them play over the summertime. And yeah, man, I think it's really going to be a good season this upcoming year. And you're not going, even though South Lakes and Patriots are probably like the top 2 teams, you never know who's going to end up coming out this year.
Yeah, you still got to play the game. And I think Marshall's going to be tough this year. I memean, Jose's coming back.
You know what? Yes, they will. I saw them play over the summer. They look really, really good. They're all senior heavy team this upcoming year with those guys. And that the Penn kid, the point guard, 6'2", he's had a really good summer. And and Fudd is doing what he always loves to do, which is shoot the basketball. So yeah, man, Marshall is going to be good. And then someone else I saw. Oh, Wakefield got a couple of transfers to come in that people probably don't know about yet, but they'll see real soon. I joked and said that he got a D1 front line. So I'm looking forward. And then McClinton's son is playing too. So you remember the old St. Stephen's coach? He got a freshman son. His son's a freshman, and he's playing for Wakefield. So yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see how this fall goes, to see how everybody is playing and which kids is where. Because now that school's about to start, now you're about to see who's really landed at which particular school.
Who's really enrolled and who's not.
Yeah. Oh, a team I didn't talk about that did well last year, Forest Park.
Forest Park, yeah.
Forest Park, they got the big kids, 6'7". Then they got 2 guards that transferred out last year, and they went to the state tournament without them. Now those guys are transferred in.
They came back?
They came back. Yeah, they came back. So they're going to be a really solid team too. That nobody really talks about Forest Park, but they're going to be solid. I'm looking forward to see how that pans out too with Coach Matt. It's like you said, man, from top to bottom, it's going to be a real solid year. Can't wait to see how it all pans out for everyone.
How about Potomac? I know they lost the big kid, Jalen. Got Jalen's last name, but
Harris.
Yeah, Jaden Harris. But,
Jaden Harris.
Yeah, what do you expect? What do you see from Potomac this
I
year?
mean, it's Potomac, so they still, they still one of Prince William County's best over from an overall standpoint, one of the best teams in the county. They're led by Kenny de Guzman, and then you got the kid Bethia, 6'5" kid. I heard they got a transfer from Japan somehow, some way. They got a kid from Japan that came in, and they're fresh. They had 5 or 6 freshmen that was on varsity, and now those kids are sophomores. So those kids don't get more playing time, and gonna give some of those seniors that they have on varsity a run for their money. And Potomac's Potomac, man. They're gonna guard you. They're gonna play Potomac basketball, and that carries weight, man. So we'll see what happens with Coach Ant Mills and what he does with this group.
Prince William County over the last 40 years has been one of the best, the most underrated basketball counties in the country. There's so many good players. They're not great players, but so many good Division I players have come from Prince William County.
Yeah, for sure.
Over the years, there's just. I mean, you probably had 100 Division I players over the last 40 years or so. So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about coaching changes. It was interesting because it was kind of quiet. It was kind of quiet this offseason.
Yeah, compared to last year, for sure.
It was. I mean, Travis Hess is back in the mix. He's coming to my alma mater. He's going to Robinson. Yeah. And Travis has got great reputation. I know that our buddy Dermian Marshall left West Springfield. He's going to Osborne. He took Rocky Smith?
Yeah, Rocky Carter, yeah.
Right. And then the old Edison coach, Terry.
Got the West Springfield job. Yeah.
West Springfield. So what are some of the other coaching changes? Or any of them will have any big impact?
I guess Travis Hess. I think that would be I think that's where things were probably, and Ben Gilday did a great job over there. The time he's been there, ran into some talent issues over there for whatever reason. The talent hasn't been the same as it has been in the past. But I think Travis Hess coming in, him knowing those kids, him being in the school and watching over the past couple of years of it not being to the status quo, I think Travis Hess is going to come in there and do a great job. They actually have some young pieces that I like, and I don't know their names, but there's one kid over there that I really like. I think Barnett, maybe Justin Barnett or Barrett, something to that effect. I really like that kid, and then I heard they got a freshman that's coming in that's pretty good, and they got some pieces, man. I think that Travis Hess in year one can do some damage a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Coach, last year you had to have a very tough schedule, even in the fall, and then obviously in the winter, because the national district wasn't the strongest, and you had some Division I players and definitely all college talent on your team, and you had to test them in the regular season. How about this year? Do you feel the need to test this team as much as last year, or do you think you'll be able to get enough competition around here?
I think that we still want to play the same type of schedule that we've been playing. I still put them to the test as much as possible. We're playing every top returning team there is. Like I told you, we're starting off with Patriot, then we play South Lakes, and then Woodson comes to us, and then we go down to 757 to go play Woodside again. Steph wanted his rematch, and we couldn't make it work where they can come over here to us. So we go out there and play them on their court, in their new facility and all that, and all those good things. So we play them, and then we go to so that's them. I'll play John Marshall again. We got John Marshall February 3rd at Virginia State neutral site, and we're at the Governor's Challenge. So and we also play Gwynn Park, who's top 3 Maryland public school team, and so I feel like put another tough schedule together, test our guys out, and we can either go 0-4, we could have a nice little winning record at the start of the season. So we'll see.
I mean, win or lose, it'll get you ready for the postseason for sure.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. That's why we do it. I do it for one, to go out and prove that we're the top program in the area, and we don't do no hiding, we don't do no ducking, and we'll go play whoever, anywhere. So, and that's always been me, and that's never going to change no matter who I have on our roster.
but it's also fun. I mean, those matchups. I mean, last year the Jackson Reed game, I couldn't wait to that game. It was a packed house. It's an interesting matchup. It's better than watching you play Edison for the fifth time. I mean, no offense.
Hey,
Edison,
I was happy that we didn't have to play Edison for a fifth time.
yeah. I coach does a great job at Edison and incredible job at Edison. But I love these matchups, teams from different jurisdictions. So, Coach, let's end up. I want looking around the DC area.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, O'Connell's going to be strong. They got the kid Byron.
Tucker, right?
I saw. I went to the Kinder League to see them play. He was playing against pro players.
Yeah.
20 points in the first quarter against pro players.
Right.
It's unbelievable. So what are you looking at around DC?
Hey, I'm definitely interested to see how O'Connell looks this year because out goes Adam, the 2026 guard. He leaves to go to OTE, and then they replace him with someone who was even better in the Tucker kid. So I'm looking forward to see that. Gonzaga is looking to, in my opinion, one of the better teams and on that WCAC side, along with PVI, of course. But I can see those two battling out. And then who else I'm liking? Largo with the Cam Thomas kid. That's another kid that probably could have went to a private school, but he's staying at home. I mean,
his dad's a coach. His dad's a coach.
Right. I was saying, yeah, it helps that his father's the coach. So he's staying home, but gets to compete. I think they're 4A, I think they are. But yeah, so I'm looking to see how he does this upcoming year. Who else I'm liking?
Jackson Reed, that kid was the kid from Poland. He's been eating them alive this summer. What's his name? I can't think of his name. The kid, real good shooter. Lucas.
Oh, Lucas has had a phenomenal offseason, man. He's kind of blown up this summer. He's about 6'4", 6'5", point guard, can shoot it.
Smooth.
Yeah. Jackson Reed is probably Jackson Reed. So I think they got a couple of transfers that came in. And they're gonna be right there at the end, just like how they always are. She does a great job. I wish we were able to get she tried to get us to play in the tip off versus either versus them or versus Coolidge. I can't remember, but I couldn't make it work. So we didn't play this. We're not gonna play this upcoming year, but hopefully Jackson Reed do what they do. They're gonna get the opportunities to play versus some of the top talent in the DMV. And then he always puts a tough schedule together, so he's gonna go out and test the team to the best of his ability, and they're gonna show improve because they've had a good off season as well. Yeah. So yeah, I do. Yeah, Jackson Reed, Wimpart,
simple friends. They have
always still well. Oh man, I watched this game. It was at the DC Live. It was Gonzaga versus Sidwell, and what's the left-handed kid? Caden Lewis.
Yeah.
Smooth lefty, man, and then they got a shooter on that team too for Sidwell. They're gonna be, Sidwell. They guard. So if you can guard, you're always gonna have a chance to win at the end of the day. And then you got a kid like a Caden Lewis who's leading them. He's gonna give his team a chance to win. So yeah, of course, they lost their point guard, but they still gonna do what they do.
Oh, that team is so deep. And
what's the kid that's going to
Georgetown?
Yeah, Williams.
Yeah, Williams. Caleb is it Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams, yeah.
I mean, that boy is awesome. I can't believe he made 13. Honorable mention on 13 All Met last year.
I don't know what they be doing with those lists, but that's another story.
Spencer, I love you, man, but come on.
Yeah.
Well, look, Coach, this has been great, man. I've been trying to get the whole all the coaches together, so we'll have to get the whole team together in the next few weeks.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'd be so gun-ho with my squad. I don't get to see everything and everybody. So, some of those other coaches be out a little bit more, and they can give you more in-depth scouting report on all the teams out here. But I keep my ear to the street as much as possible just to see what's going on. But yeah, I'm looking forward for this upcoming season. I'm looking forward to see my kids go out here and compete, and let's see if we can do it for a third time. Yeah, don't count us out yet, though.
Yeah, I really think people are going to be making a big mistake if they underestimate Hayfield this year. And I think it's going to be more fun for you because I think the pressure is not going to be on you guys. I think
Yeah.
I mean, you're always going to be Hayfield, and everyone's going to try to knock you off your throne.
Right. Everybody
But
coming for us. They chomping at the bit to be the players this upcoming year.
yeah, but I think last question, Coach, just real quickly, how are the graduates doing in college? Is
Yeah, they
yeah.
all most of them have just left this past weekend. Greg, Greg's in Italy right now. DJ just touched down in North Carolina yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. John is in Louisiana, and Donnie touched down in Bridgewater on Friday, I believe. So everybody's there. Everybody's getting situated, getting acclimated to what's going on. And
David's at Marymount.
David's at Marymount, and Braylon left last Thursday or last Friday, Penn State Altoona. So yeah, man, all six is lock and loaded, man. Let's see what they do for their incoming freshman year.
And Ashton Pratt is going to be a freshman at Union, and then Braylon Wheeler is going to be a freshman at Longwood.
I don't quote me on what school Braylon's going to be at yet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He'll be somewhere. I just don't know where.
Oh, it will be. So
yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Coach, look again. I appreciate you doing this at the spur of the moment. This has been great.
Yeah. And Marcus is playing at UVA.
Yeah, he made a team again. Oh, good.
Yeah, he's gonna make. Well, you know what? I guess. Yeah, he will. He will though.
Yeah. It's weird because I know the coaches like him, and they have this practice team. They have a JV team.
Yeah.
So hopefully he gets a chance to get in the mix. He's totally a Tony Bennett type of player. I mean, great body, a great defensive player. So I mean, he could. Marcus can do it. So hopefully he gets a chance.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, all right, Coach, this has been great. We'll catch up in the next few weeks, and we'll get the rest of the guys on the line.
All right, sounds good.
All right, appreciate it, Coach.
All right.